Is it still recording?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we can still edit out the starting anyways, right?
Alright, just ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Welcome to Untitled Uncensored. My name's Kumar.
I'm Randy.
And I'm Speedy.
Okay. So, I wanted to ask you guys something, okay? So, the other day, I was just contemplating about life and how we're all gonna die eventually.
Deep thoughts.
Pretty much the feeling you get after watching a Vsauce show. But anyways, so my thing is, debatable.
Alright, continue.
Well, anyways, okay,
a
so
lot of cool shit. Have you seen?
Yeah, they do,
Okay.
but it's just at the end of every episode they have this, I wouldn't say deep, meaningful message, but every message is life is pointless. We're all gonna die. Like, have you ever?
What was your question?
Okay. My question was, or pretty much comment is, why do men's beauty products or like bath products smell like a combination of sweat and like antifreeze, but women's products smell like fresh fruit and good stuff that we actually like smelling?
Good question.
Okay, here's the rationale. Let's think of this. Okay, so when you think of a guy, what's the first thing that comes to mind?
Like masculine.
Masculinity.
Anything masculine.
Anything masculine, right?
That's the essence of man.
Yeah.
Is masculinity.
I know,
Yeah.
but I still.
And
don't
when you think
understand-
of what is it when you think of a female?
good shit.
Yeah, beautiful, a nice sweet smell,
Sweet,
something gentle that just hits you.
Mm-hmm.
I know, but when it comes to like,
But you're
After-
asking why, or what are you saying?
more like,
I mean,
why do
think
people
about
want to smell
alcoholic
like
drinks,
that?
like fruity drinks. Those are girly drinks. Men drink beer and whiskey. Same thing, right?
But I still don't see how, like, when it comes to like society and shit, you get judged for stuff like that.
Yeah, that's because we're all stupid monkeys.
See, that's
like really what it boils down to, though, right? In my opinion.
like our primal instincts.
Yeah,
and shit.
it's also
Yeah, we're
it's one of the
primitive.
It's just
Like,
fucking weird. Like,
even power structures are all just like primitive shit.
Yeah.
It's all just like
it's just a way. It's also another thing that attracts like the opposite gender. Like when a girl walks by, like if she smells like OB, are you gonna be attracted to that?
It smell like what?
If she smells like OB,
Okay, that's
BO,
different.
you
we're
mean?
not talking about OB. We're talking about like
it's
Axe
BO.
body
Just
spray.
wait,
I know.
guys.
It's BO.
It's
it's BO. Yeah, sorry, my
But yeah.
dyslexia's kicking in.
It's just a thing, like, when it comes to, like, okay, after I take a shower and shit, or, like, during a shower, I don't want to smell, like, all this garbage shit from Axe and Degree. I want to smell like a coconut, or, like, a watermelon.
I mean, you could if you want.
If I'm gonna smell like something, I want to smell like something that smells nice.
Really?
But, like, personally, I don't give a shit about what other people think. Like, I can smell, like, nice ground coffee or something. It's no big deal, especially if it's, like, on the counter in, like, the bathtub or something. It's no big deal, but when it comes to, like, most people, I don't think they ever do that because of that idea of, being judged.
I
Like,
honestly don't think that's necessarily the case. I think
high school,
I
Axe
like
body spray.
what?
No
I
one
I
likes
have
that.
cologne, like musky cologne and stuff. That smells good. Like I have some cologne that I really like the smell of, and it's not super. Like I have some sweeter stuff that has like apples and whatever else, like some other extracts and whatnot. But like in general, like men's cologne and stuff, is a musky smell. But it's not a bad smell. I don't think it's bad. Like musk, and you're like kind of like I don't know. You're making it sound like it's a bad smell, but like
Well, okay, Axe body spray. There's Degree. I'm pretty sure there's other companies.
There's a lot.
They all pretty much smell the same. Like, there's really not
They
much
have
of a
sweet elements, a lot of them. Like, if you really get down to it.
Oh, you really want to get deep down
Alright,
into the
but another thing, like,
meaningfulness.
so also the way they market it. Have you seen the way they market them?
Oh, Axe
Oh my
marketing?
God, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
Axe's marketing. It's like if you
so-
use this, you're gonna get all these women.
Yeah.
I know,
right?
but it smells so bad.
But
like,
you know what the interesting thing is that smell to any girl it attracts them.
Girls do like them. The smell.
They like the
What?
smell. It attracts them.
What about all the complaining? I remember back in high school, everyone complains about fucking Axe
Do you
body
really
spray.
think girls actually say what they meant in high school?
Oh,
Ever? Ever?
Oh my god.
Like, it's just, right?
So this whole fruity smell of actually smelling good is not something girls actually like at all.
Not on dudes.
Oh man. Well, I like smelling like water.
I mean, like, if you smell like a girl, you know?
Honestly,
I'd insinuate that I'm fruity
I don't
or
like
something.
really like fruity smells either on girls. Like, I prefer something more like clean and like fresh.
No,
smelling.
I'm more of a that,
But like
that almost like a nature smell kind of like thing.
yeah.
So, like, if you pass by a girl, what do you want them to? Well, what would you be more attracted to? I guess, or like, which
Something
one would you
fresh.
enjoy more?
Something that reminds me of a nice spring day.
Like you,
It's
you
like
just
I
pass
don't
by,
know, man.
like you
You know-
pass by them and you,
you know
like kind of
Febreze?
whip a scent or whatever you want to say.
You know when
Just,
you, like,
it just happens.
you know when you go, like, to buy, like, air freshener, and you go to Febreze, and they have, like, Spring Alaska, and,
Yeah.
what is it, like, spring whatever, like, there are all these names of, like, the seasons, and all, like, these fresh smells,
Yeah.
like, anything like that, really.
So you enjoy that?
Yeah.
Well, I enjoy the fruit.
Like, but there was this...
Well, that's fine.
There was this one that I really liked that a friend of mine, she would use all the time, and just to bug every guy. It smelled like almost like bubble gum,
Oh,
but it wasn't.
this is the
No,
worst.
no, it
What?
was. Like,
How's that bad? I like the smell.
no,
of
no, no,
bubblegum.
no.
I
Like,
hate
no,
that.
don't misunderstand. It was like bubble gum, but it didn't smell like bubble gum. It had that like sweetness to it, but it wasn't bubble gum. Like it smelled
yeah.
it smelled like something else.
Like minty.
No, it bugged everyone because we couldn't distinguish what it was, and she never told us what the fragrance
I
was.
bet you it was like a Britney Spears thing.
But it was like
I
it
bet
was
you
just
any money.
it was
There was
just
like
it was just messing
It was
with every guy.
sponsored.
Whenever she'd wear it, we'd all be like, "What's going on? Like this is just messing with us."
oh really?
We'd all like
That's
sit
funny.
in grade 9. We'd all sit there like trying to guess what her like
Probably.
perfume was.
Wow,
and
you
she's-
guys were all just like totally in love with her. Clearly, you're
Yeah,
like,
it-
talking
it's
about
'cause
her
it was the-
perfume
Maybe
all
that was
class.
a plan the entire time to get
Yeah.
you subconsciously thinking about her.
It was funny
Maybe
though.
that's the design of the perfume.
Yeah, man, and
It has
it worked too.
it has a
Even to
mental
this
hook.
day, you remember that
Yeah.
specific
Like,
moment.
That
that-
scent.
that
the person
scent,
who created
yeah.
that scent was probably like magnifique.
I'll never forget that scent. That's for sure.
yeah.
Like there are certain smells you'll never forget. Like I'll never forget the smell when I went to Mexico of them turning on the barbecue.
Was that a good smell?
Oh, it was a
Of like propane.
no of like
charcoal.
actual
briquettes.
wood.
Wait,
Like
what
actual wood
Charcoal?
burning.
It also depends on what type of wood.
Yeah,
Some
it's like
wood
that wood.
smells
Yeah,
very
that,
different.
it was like this
when you
wood.
burn it.
I love. Yeah.
Yeah, it
I
was.
love this. I love
I
it.
will. There's no wood. I've never smelled wood smell like that before. When it's burning, it just smelled so good. I will never forget that smell.
You know what kind of wood? It was like cedar or something.
I can't
Cedar
remember.
Smells good. I really like cedar.
You know what? I'll ask and I'll let you know.
Or
'Cause it
you
was
just remember what it looks like, and we can throw
Maple
shit,
smells
throw
awful.
shit at a
Maple
target
smells
and
like-
hope that we get like a
Yeah.
perfect name, like maple. Maybe it's maple.
No, maple smells like shit when it burns. I think
Birch.
birch is nice. Birch
Yeah.
is like fucking. Oh, it's sick. Birch bark is the coolest thing.
Yeah.
Birch bark, it can be wet and it fucking just lights up. It's got like oils in it and it
Yeah.
just fucking goes. It's
And it
sick.
smells
It also
good?
looks. It's
It
also
smells pretty good, yeah.
it's also a nice finish when you're like building furniture and
It
stuff.
like crackles and stuff.
Yeah.
No. Have you guys ever traveled and smelled there? Like, smelled the, well, I wouldn't say the atmosphere, just the air.
Like, have you gone to Toronto and
No.
smelled the air?
Wait, like you mean in
No.
other countries?
Well, I guess, like, China,
I've-
Beijing.
Did their air
Because-
smell
because-
like
do I look like I've been to China or Beijing?
Well, you
what
do
is-
look pretty
How do
Asian.
people look like? How do people look like they've been somewhere? Like, do you
Like, you probably did.
You
You
don't
probably
stamp your face. They stamp your passport.
Okay, maybe, well, there's like Facebook posts and shit. Maybe like you were one of those people who went to like Peru or something and like took a picture on top of some type of weird cliff or something.
Okay, you know what though? But like at the end of the day, it's really atmosphere. Like if you're near the ocean, it's gonna smell like fish
Or like salt.
or like salt.
So yeah, it's like
You know, like if you live near a factory of anything, it's gonna smell. If you're near a
Like
plastic
shit.
factory, it's gonna smell like plastic.
Oh, that probably makes sense why Beijing smells like shit.
Well, you
It's a
know, so
shit
like
factory.
it's also the atmosphere. It has a lot to
Just
do with
like
the
everywhere
atmosphere.
else. in the world.
They just throw everything.
That's why you pump it underground, bro.
Like I've met a lot of people who like
Must know that
I met a guy from Brazil actually. He was saying that he lived really close to the Amazon forest, and he says that the air there is so fresh that when when he'd go to cities and stuff, he'd find it hard to breathe because he was just so used to like actual fresh air.
So that's good breathing or like bad breathing?
That's what we're breathing.
Like,
is-
I don't know, like, okay, breathing in Beijing is very different from breathing near an Amazon forest.
Well, yeah, because like the air is a lot more clean because there's trees everywhere.
Yeah, it's hard to breathe in Beijing.
Yeah, so you
You need a fucking mask,
right? So, but that's also something to take into consideration, right?
and the mask gets like dirty too.
Dude.
Because if you breathe too
Also,
much,
like-
it starts discoloring, and you could tell that there's shit in the air.
Yeah.
Like Canada has like what they do is like we have big cities.
Yeah.
We have big cities, but
Yeah,
there's like
there's not
we
bad
have to
here.
have a lot of trees in those cities. That's why the air is still it's good. Like it's not great, but it's
I'm
manageable.
pretty sure we don't have that many like factories and shit.
We don't, but like
in
actually
Beijing,
in Ottawa
I'm
we
pretty
don't.
sure there's a lot, and not only that, there's like a shitload of pollution.
Yeah,
And they don't even stop for like a day. They can
Wait,
stop for like
you guys-
a few days,
and
and
it's
then
so
everything.
corrupt.
Do
starts
you
like-
guys get that white collar, blue collar thing?
What you do?
Huh?
Do you guys get that white collar, blue collar thing?
What?
Okay, like white collar are like office people, blue collar are like people who work in factories and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
So
that's like an idiom.
yeah, blue
Okay.
collar, white collar.
Okay, well,
Ottawa is like literally white collar, like always. There's no factories here. There's
wait,
no,
which one's white collar?
white collar is like all people in
More
offices.
and more that's becoming all of Canada.
Yeah, and like places like Montreal,
Slowly, yeah.
Toronto, they're white collar and blue collar because they actually have factories there. So like things like that, right? Another thing too is like it's because we're losing a lot of the manufacturing that we're doing. Like we don't make things here anymore. Everything's made like
cheaper.
elsewhere, and it's
cheaper.
Yeah,
important.
it is way cheaper.
So here's the
elsewhere.
question I think that we should be asking: will manufacturing ever come back to Canada?
Only if
Only if we stop being so retarded.
yeah. See, the problem is that like
We're selling our shit.
Problem
Like
is
you know
capitalism,
the
man.
stuff
I mean,
you know the stuff
really
that
comes down
builds
to it.
shit. That's
it's
the
the
stuff that we're
globalization.
selling.
It's the globalization and how it. Yeah, it's just if it's cheaper for someone to produce something somewhere else, they're gonna do it regardless
Yeah.
of how it affects people in their own country. They don't people don't see things on the grander scale. They think, can I make a buck here? If I can, I'll do it. I don't really care.
Because
if
they
it's
think of the
consequences.
what's it called?
And like the
I wouldn't say
bigger
the
scheme
bigger
of things.
picture, but only if the bigger picture only includes themselves. So if they like ship out overseas and shit just to make that shit, it's a lot cheaper than doing it here, and they only care about the bigger picture of themselves.
Well,
they
yeah,
don't
they-
care about the economy when it comes to Canada and how keeping the money in the system is a good thing. They don't give a shit. They only care about the money that's them.
Yeah,
Eh?
yeah,
And that's why, like in China and shit, that where they usually make
Same thing.
stuff.
Same-
There's
yeah.
a shitload of sweatshops.
yeah.
Even like I think my cousins, like with an S, like there's a few of them who actually work at sweatshops. Yeah, like I'm not sure how bad it is, but they do definitely get paid like
Shit.
like
Bottom of the barrel.
like a shit.
Yeah. That's
shit.
so
Just
common
shit.
in China. It's so common in China.
Yeah, because that's and they can actually make a living off of it too because
Yeah.
like already in China.
But not like a great one. Like
Well, yeah,
they
but-
they don't have any protections. Like they're not even allowed to think what they want. They're not allowed to.
No holidays,
Like,
no
it's-
vacation days.
Oh,
no
well, yeah,
pension
true.
plan,
But
no union.
I'd say the
Like,
only
shit.
good thing about when it comes to China and the sweatshops, you can actually live off that money.
Yeah.
Though it is pretty it's pretty shitty. But if
Yeah.
you go to like Canada and stuff, and if they had sweatshops and they were paying the equivalent,
Oh,
you could not.
no,
you could
yeah.
literally not live
Yeah,
off
because
that.
just being a Canadian on its own, you are already in the top 50% of the rich people on Earth. Just living in Canada,
Mhm.
you're already part of that 50% that is considered
Oh,
rich.
yeah,
Even if
like,
you're
we don't-
homeless,
Yeah, like because you
just be.
But
living
like,
in Canada.
yeah, that's you're,
because
you're
you
right.
live, you live in a country that like we there's shelters, there's food banks, there's all that stuff, right? You know,
True.
even if you go homeless, there's still a way you can be successful. There's no.
Mhm.
It's almost a system. Yeah, you can still fail, but there's still a way for you to pick yourself back up, kind of thing.
You're right in a way,
But
but I
in
think that
China, like actually, I would say like
you're right in a way. But I think that
Mhm.
that type of thinking is becoming less and less like
prominent.
true. Like
Oh, yeah,
I
that's probably a better
mean,
word.
technically, like we have it better. You're right in that
Yeah.
in saying that, but I think as time goes on, like I don't know, it kind of comes back to what I was talking about earlier about how like we just don't care enough to like really fucking change anything, like really like make things better for everyone, and like we just kind of I don't know. I feel like we just keep
Things
getting
are slowly
fucked
getting
over
har-
slowly.
Things are slowly getting harder for everyone.
Yeah.
Like jobs are like
Yeah,
you know,
like
becoming more
manufacturing
scarce.
jobs, yeah, being reduced. Like now, there's a growing gap between the upper class and the middle class, and the middle class is disappearing. So now it's lower class and upper class, and it's just like
because all that shit is
there's
being
not
replaced
really in that
by,
in between area where
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, you can move up. it's like winning the lottery. It's like, yeah, you can win the lottery. You know what I mean? It's getting more to that point where it's not a realistic it's not a realistic thing. And I don't know. So I think while what you're saying is right that we do have things way better than in other countries and stuff, I think that that kind of people will take that and think, oh well, there's no point in doing anything to better our situation, and that it kind of brings that thinking, and then that to me is
I think that's more of the thinking of being grateful for what you have, which is pretty much a nicer way of saying settling for less.
Like a thing that we have here in Canada is something that a lot of countries don't have. Like we have pension plans. When you retire,
but I'm pretty sure
but not even that. Even pensions are being stolen.
You can fuck people over with
the financial sector is fucked over a lot of people's pensions and shit.
For sure,
all over the world.
In Mexico, that doesn't exist.
But the thing is those people
that's why you save your money by yourself.
Oh no, these people are working till they die.
That's actually a good point, because that actually really ties into what I'm saying. People got their pensions fucked over. The housing crash in 2008 and shit, all that shit. People lost their fucking livelihoods, and you know what happened?
Well,
nothing. Nothing really happened.
Wait, how?
See, that's the problem. Everyone got fucked over, and no one gave a shit enough to actually really change things. And so we still have the same system. We still have the same fucked up power structures. And those people that fucked everyone over, they didn't even go to jail. Nothing happened to them because they're untouchable.
Yeah, because that's what the justice system really is. It's catering
to
the rich
people. They have
people.
power. Exactly, right?
For already, I'm pretty sure we can all agree, or even at least know, that the justice system doesn't care about the people. They only care about the money. Or the government. That's it. Yeah. Money and the government, agree.
No, the government only cares about money.
Well, no, I would say that the justice system is more it's pretty catered to the government. If something happens and it's the government's fault, I doubt the justice system will ever put them at fault.
Yeah, but the government...
Even though they are.
The government are just pawns of big business and corporations and people who own them, right?
Which ties into the whole money thing where...
Well, it's also kind of hard to run a country without doing that.
Running it on money?
I mean, because...
Well, no, it's because people are fucking selfish.
Because...
Dude, you can actually run a country without money. Okay? Just for starters, the leader doesn't have to be a selfish prick. Okay? Maybe he doesn't get paid. He gets paid in food or something. It doesn't have to be money. There are ways to do this. Right? The biggest reason why, when it comes to money and how the government's run is because we suck in a lot of money just for pretty much no reason.
You should run for office, Justin, and change it all.
Well, no, that's not really. I don't think that's not.
Well, and also because of capitalism and how capitalism works.
Capitalism.
That's what we run on, capitalism. And democracy, but
democracy.
Yeah, democracy. Yeah.
In case you can't see. Oh wait, you guys can't see it.
Well, it doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Just air quotes, just sarcasm. But you can probably hear it in the tone of our voice and how soothing it is.
Sure.
So, I don't know, but
I mean that's something that it's gonna keep coming back because no matter even if you eventually accomplish a change, it'll probably happen again.
Okay, but say for example, take labor unions and stuff that happen after the World War and stuff. They made a lot of progress.
You want to turn off the fucking light?
They made a lot of progress in raising people's standards of living and stuff like this. The middle class, the working class.
What?
And they made great strides. And what happened over time is they slowly got beaten out. And slowly, the people who had the money in the capital...
Who did?
Took... What?
Who did?
The people who had money in capital. The
middle class or something? I don't know. I kind of...
So labor unions, right? They were fighting for workers' rights and stuff and fair wages and stuff like this.
Yeah.
They had a lot of power in the past.
Yeah. Well,
and slowly over time, they got ground out. They got taken down by the people who own all the...
Well, I wouldn't say even today.
Yeah, labor unions.
Well, I wouldn't say they've been taken down. I wouldn't say they've been taken down. I would more say they slowly become more like what they were trying to fight against. When it comes to unions, they're still... nowadays, they're selfish pricks. You can fight for, if you have rights and shit, the union's supposed to protect you and shit, but they only care about the money you're giving them, dude. Sometimes they don't even give a shit at all.
To some extent, but I feel like that is a big, perception thing that that big business try to push. I think that's a perception that they wanted people to think, so that they distrust unions because unions actually do help people.
Well,
I think that they do. It's like they want to like while there were problems with unions, it's still better, and they were still fighting at least something to help people. And like
definitely, yeah.
I don't know. I think if you had more people with good like intentions in those positions,
but see, the idea is there. And the problem is like unions did have like a good idea, like really good ideas. You know, like would I say equal rights for workers and what other stuff? I don't know what like I don't know really how to word it, but yes, something like that. Like they had good intentions and stuff, and they even followed through for most of it. But given enough time, they slowly become these selfish pricks. Okay,
I'm sorry, I just totally zoned out, and I came back to earth when you said selfish pricks.
Oh, so you want me to
what's
explain?
been going on?
Okay, so
actually, never mind.
No, you don't want to. Okay,
I don't want to.
But I'm just saying, like,
everyone
the whole idea that over time, like, someone can have good intentions and shit, but given enough time, they're going to be corrupted by all the bullshit that they want, that they're going through, and then slowly become what they don't want, what they were fighting against. Like, think about the idea of government.
Yeah, but I mean, it's not necessarily true. Like,
well, think about the idea of government back in the day. It was pretty much a leader who was, helping the clan out and doing shit. I don't know, like helping them out and stuff. But given enough time, now government's the big thing. It controls all of us, and they're a bunch of selfish pricks.
Yeah, but that's how. I mean, the system way back, it was like humanity has always needed a leader.
Yeah, true, but
no matter what,
think about it. But the idea of a leader, just back in when it was actually implemented, you'd think that like your clan leader actually had good intentions for the group. That was probably a good thing. But nowadays, the clan leader, who is like a president and prime minister or something, they're pretty much selfish pricks. And the lower down people are also selfish pricks. They don't care about the people. They only care about the money now. Even though back in the day, their original intentions were for the people instead of like for the food or something, or for like the material goods or something.
And I don't think it's. And the thing is, because our entire political system is beholden to the financial sector and money and corporations. Like, I don't think it's that. I think we just need to get money out of politics as much as possible. We need to get people that actually represent us and stop, like, creating this false democracy. Like, that's like the issue, is that our democracy doesn't work, and it's not. I don't think it's so much the people, it's the system and how if you put any person in that system and that person will fail. Because
it's the people,
the
man.
system is designed to make people who have good intentions fail. It's like it's impossible to make any. See, and that's the thing, is that's why I think that whole argument of, well, then choose the best person at the election. I think that, like, vote for whoever you think is the least bad out of all the candidates. I think that argument's stupid, because it's like, it doesn't really make a difference. I mean, it makes small differences in little bits, but, like, the power is concentrated in one area, and we all know it, and no matter how many different people go through office, it's just, it's not going to change anything.
It's just the same thing going over and over again.
They just distract you with a bunch of stupid issues and a bunch of just bullshit.
Yeah, scapegoats and stuff. They don't want to talk about the real issue and how corrupt politics are. They just looking around like, oh, you know about gay rights? We're gonna stop that for like a week or something to get everyone riled up. Remember the whole politics is corrupt thing?
So you mean to tell me there's like some guy in like some room, like some mastermind plotting something?
No, I wouldn't say that, but I wouldn't be surprised. Like the leader of whatever
there's
country
collections
or something
of people.
do that.
Whoever has power, there's concentrations of power.
So how do you get power, guys?
How do you get power?
Capital.
Oh yeah.
So you
that's probably like the best way.
Well,
but there's really two ways of gaining power. One, shitload of money. Money speaks. Okay, and it speaks loud. Okay?
Money speaks, people listen. No, money talks, people listen. That's how the saying goes.
I guess, but I would also say whatever. It doesn't really matter. Second way to get power is having followers, and that's pretty much the only other way you can do that. You can also be born into power, but it also depends, because like you either get followers or money when you're born into something. So let's say like you were a prince, okay, you have followers, or you could be like the son of some rich asshole, you have a shitload of money. So that's how you get power. But I'd more like question which way's the better way for power. But I'm pretty sure we both know which one's the better way for power.
Yeah, well, like, and the thing is like, in the kind of, I mean, nowadays, when you have money and power, there are ways that you can control the people. Like, you don't really need people to like want to follow you, right? If you like take for example, you know, our elections these days, it's like most people don't really want, like, nobody's on a huge bandwagon. Nobody really loves, you know, like, presidents. I mean, some people do. Some people jump on like a bandwagon, but
it's because they don't give a shit.
I mean,
they don't give enough.
By the end of a president, like by the end of someone's term, presidency or whatever, prime minister, anything like that, it's like people hate them because they don't do anything, because they don't help the people.
And also, it's the idea that nobody wants to step up. Right? I'm pretty sure he's stepping up. He's stepping up. But there are a lot of people who know that the world is corrupt. There is shit that's going on in the world, even today, in our own country, to our own people, and we don't give a shit. We know that it's happening, but we won't do anything about it.
I want to think about it. Some people just
about other countries too. The thing with that is that we get into topics of like sovereignty and stuff like that.
Yeah, but when it comes to like other countries, especially for like
what gives us the right to jump into another country and tell them, yo, no, this is how you should run your country.
Well, that's one thing, but
this is a completely different topic from what we're talking about.
Huh?
No, Justin's saying about other countries and how where they govern and how, you know.
Well, actually, I forgot what I was saying.
What? I don't know if I think like.
Because if we look at because Justin was saying how if we look at other countries and see like and how like they're living and all that stuff, and we take that, you know, but no one actually cares about that.
Well, I wanted to be called Kumar.
Well, I don't think that's
right. Sorry, my bad.
I think what we're talking about is how people care about the way that.
Wait, sorry, I forgot.
I'll edit that out.
People are we're talking about how things are in our country, and yeah, like I think it's.
Actually,
like, I think
what I was talking about. The whole idea of
the idea of trying to change other countries and stuff.
Well, when it comes to like changing other countries, like I'm pretty sure we can even tell that there's like corruption in other countries and we want to help them. But either the government fights back or the people all fight back. Okay, but I'm not sure if maybe not all the people, but more like the people who agree with their system because they benefit from that system. Like, it's pretty fucked up, but that's what the world's coming to. And not only that, like, when it comes to, like, today's government, we give a lot of people from outside countries, like, handouts. Okay? Like, a lot of handouts. Like, you know, like, for Canada, like, the Syrian refugees, we give them houses.
Yeah.
Free houses. And free jobs. And, like...
Actually, not yet.
Yeah, that's pretty fucked up. When you think about in Canada, there's like there's unemployment, right, and like homeless people. But when people come from other countries into our little Canadas or whatever, it doesn't really matter. We give them free houses, and it's not even small houses too. They're pretty like.
Do you know why though?
Because we want to. It's because of the public.
Do you know the conditions you were living in before? For
Syria?
Yeah.
Well, I know that it's pretty fucked up and shit. But
I mean, like, people are living in, like, rubble.
I know, but I don't... It's also something that a lot of people don't want to talk about. Yeah. But I'm pretty sure we all know, but we don't want to say that's pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
Okay? When we're giving people free houses in our country... Like,
not entirely. We're not giving them houses.
They actually been given free. Are you kidding me?
They're all being put in apartments. I know. I live near one of the apartments where all of them are, where a bunch of Syrians are.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure they've also been given free houses. Yeah. Like, I doubt. Like, but that's more like one example. But I'm pretty sure if we did enough research, there are refugees that have been given houses. Yeah, but like also, actual fucking houses.
You have to understand too that like they have to learn the language. Then they have, they only have a year to do it, and then they have to support themselves as individuals. Like this help only goes so long.
Well, they're not really. They've also been given jobs.
No.
Yeah.
Well, they can't even speak the language. How are they given jobs, Justin?
I don't know. But just look into it.
Oh, I will. But the thing is that I doubt that they've been given jobs.
I'm pretty sure they have.
For starters, they have to learn the language to even get a job.
Well, that's also suspecting that they didn't learn the language to begin with, and not only that, if they weren't given the jobs, how are they living?
The government's giving them money right now.
Yeah,
the money.
Where's that money coming from?
It's coming from us, but
yeah. See, that's the thing. Like, I know this is a really touchy subject, and you can really argue.
No,
against,
I'm just pointing out that you're trying to put a perspective that I kind of don't understand your perspective.
Okay, more like I'm trying to
You're trying to say, why are we giving them money? That's ours. Yeah. Why are we giving them our resources?
Well,
why are we helping other individuals?
No, well, kind of, not really.
Isn't that called being a good person?
See, this is the thing. Like, this is a touchy issue where nobody wants to talk about because people who talk about it sounds like a giant dick. But I'm pretty sure, like, a lot of people want to talk about this or have this issue about it, but don't want to say it because they don't want to look like a giant asshole.
Okay,
I'm that giant asshole.
Okay, let him talk. Okay, here's where I think is an interesting place to take that discussion, because as we're starting to come into this new age and we realize global warming's coming, there's like a lot of issues that we're gonna have to deal with in the near future in our lifetimes. And I think the more interesting thing about this Syrian refugee crisis is the precedent that it sets for other crises that are sure to come in the future, and how it's affecting places in Europe. Places here too. I mean, yeah, there's definitely a significant effect on the way that they're taking it, and the U.S. in closing their borders. I think it's interesting. It'll be interesting to see what happens because.
Oh well, yeah.
Well, I don't. I don't have no idea how things are related, but there's also been an increase in terrorist attacks in Europe. We've seen that so far.
What about Asia?
What?
Was it just Europe?
Yeah, actually, no. There's in
France.
Brussels,
there was one in France, wasn't there? One in Belgium,
in Paris. Yeah, I think, Belgium. Yeah, it was in Belgium. Sorry, not Brussels, it was Belgium. But yeah. Anyways, it's interesting to see how people are going to react to this, and there's this raging debate about Islamophobia and all this, and is Islam a good religion at heart? Like, do they actually?
No, it's called extremists. Okay, where they take things way too far.
Yes, I agree with that. And I don't think that, like, there's necessarily anything wrong with Islam over any other religion. I'm kind of I think religions in general have a certain way of controlling people and indoctrinating people to believe certain things. Like, I'm kind of against that whole thing in itself. Like, I'm against using religion of any kind to control people and make them do terrible, awful things. But when you really get down to the core of it, you're using an idea to make people do things that are horrific, and you're raising people to believe in this, honestly, in my viewpoint, just outlandish kind of idea. Like, when it comes down to it,
you don't want to say it. You don't want to say what you're thinking. You just
want
to be on the fence about it.
I don't want to, like, really.
You don't want to offend people. That's kind of the whole idea. No, you don't want to.
They know what I'm saying. They know what I'm saying.
Do they?
Yeah, and I think that is really what's messed up, and I think that is something to, like, think about. Is
okay for my point of view, if you really want to say it. Religion attracts a lot of people, and sometimes those people are bad people. Okay, people who take things way too far. Well, so let's say
religion. The problem with religion is that people manipulate it.
Yeah,
for their own benefit.
Agendas, yeah.
True, yeah.
Right, like, for, like,
but
example,
not only that, like, people, when it comes to extremists, which is where most of these terrorist attacks and shit like that is coming from. Like, it's from these extremists.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure these whole extremists are just people who take things way too seriously. So let's say, like,
what do you mean take things way too seriously?
Okay, for example, let's say you had, like, a math test, okay? And say, like, a guy who's doing, like, 2 + 2, and he thought the answer was 5. Okay? And he started fighting against the teacher because he got it wrong. It's like, no, 2 + 2 is 5. Okay? It is like, no. It's 4. Okay? Here's a calculator. 2 + 2 = 4. Okay? And you can also say, like, the whole 4 ideas, like, someone else's belief. It's like, I don't believe that. 2 + 2 = 5, okay? And shit goes down from there.
So you're saying that they're fundamentally wrong, and that's why?
That's also a bad example.
Because...
But there's also the idea, like, maybe you, like let's say, there's another example which is better than saying, like, something's wrong, okay, is how color is spelled. The word color.
But that's only like
example. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's still
so
technically
it's really a matter of perspective.
Because if your ideas clash with someone else's, you have a choice to either try and convince them that you're right, or just agree to disagree. And people who take things too far are the people who try to convince them that they're right and keep on pushing that. Just keep on pushing.
There's a difference when you try to convince someone that you're right and, like, literally
forcing
killing them and blowing them up. Like,
that's taking weight. That's what I'm saying about the whole idea
that's
of
not
taking things way too far.
anything. That's not rational.
More like, if you don't believe in what I'm saying, I'm gonna kill you.
All right. Well,
and that's what I think
what you're
about the way that.
Let's end it here because
it depends on what time.
This is getting really heated. It's a very heated discussion and debate, actually.
Well, who gives a fuck?
I mean,
how long?
We over exceeded our limit.
Just give me.
We're at 36 minutes.
Oh shit!
So I'm just gonna say, let's leave it here. We'll pick up this topic some other time,
or we don't, because maybe a shit storm starts brewing.
You know what? Why don't we make a commenting thing on this? Let's say
commenting thing.
Yeah, we can put it like on SoundCloud or something. We'll be like, what should be the question? What do you guys think about religion? Let us know.
No, that's more like if we actually have a fan base.
I know, but
this is the first
One
episode.
dude.
One dude.
So
let's do it. Let's see what happens. Okay. Yeah. So.
No, that only works if there's enough people.
You guys are fucking idiots.
Let's see. Let's try this. All right.
What the fuck are you guys even doing?
I'll say goodbye.
Yo, I'm supposed to be the host, man. Yeah, Randy. Oh yeah. What? So we're not going to...
Kumar, say goodbye.
No, fuck you. I'm the host. You're saying bye. You're saying bye. And then I'm saying bye.
Bye.
Did you say bye?
I just did.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Did you press the stop button?
No, it's
not recorded. I didn't say bye yet.
Okay, well, then say bye.
Yeah, well, bye. So suck a dick.
Okay, bye.
There, I said bye, yeah. Okay, just stop, yeah.
Bye.